Hey guys, Pax here. So, Doom Patrol Season 2 Episode 5, Finger Patrol. This episode, a lot happens in this episode. I thought it was gonna be filler the first time I saw the preview, but it really wasn't. So basically, the episode takes place in a three-way plot structure. So you got Cyborg and Cliff, aka Steel and Stone, just basically doing their own thing. You know, Cyborg wants to get back with his girlfriend, and Vic just wants to be kinda human. He wants, basically throughout the episode, he just wants to feel. It's like the main thing about him. And also he does fantasize a lot. Steel and Stone, I want to see that. Okay, they showed us a bit of Steel and Stone. It was basically just like a campy fantasy 80s cop show. It had potential. Okay, I wouldn't mind see like a short clip on YouTube about that. So you got those guys. Next, you got Rita and Larry. Now, they're basically again doing their own thing. They're visiting Larry's family because, you know, he recently found his son and actually confronted him. And then you got probably the most important part, ironically. You got Baby Doll and Dorothy. You know, most of the throughout the episode, they were basically just playing around. So yeah, when you see this, like, what could possibly go wrong? You know, everyone seems happy. Everything goes wrong. So with Larry, it turns out that like he really did fuck up his family's life, and it really fucked his son. And that, like, him coming back causes his son basically call back the Bureau of Normalcy to basically take away Larry, because he was like, him leaving pretty much scarred his mother. It scarred his whole family basically. They had a small fight with the negative spirit. It went by pretty fast. You know, Normalcy, they're basically a joke now. They're season 1 villains, and even their higher up is kind of fucked up. And so yeah, it was going great until Larry's grandson gets shot, and then I don't know why this is so weird. Basically, it was a sad scene. It's supposed to be sad, showing how Larry affects his family, even right now. Even though it was his son's fault, like calling the Normalcy, and even still blaming Larry about, like, at first I was like, okay, you know, this son, he's alright. Like, he seems very genuine. You know, most people would freak out or be in denial. I didn't realize that they built him to that because he's an asshole, okay? And so he blames Larry for, basically, it's presumed that his son actually, like his grandson, he got shot in the middle torso. So it was kind of presumed that he was dying. He blames Larry, even though he's the one who called the Normalcy. Like, okay, I don't know. And I don't know why, like, the scene ends with Negative Spirit just swooping down and just he basically just carries Rita and Larry. He just swoops out like Superman, just flies off. I don't know, I didn't even know he could do that. I don't know, that just seems so weird to me. So yeah, so we got those guys. Next, we got Dorothy and Baby Doll. So yeah, throughout the episode, they were just mainly playing around. Of course, this is a show, so it turns out to be bad, which causes basically Dorothy to get pissed off. Cause, well, at first, Baby Doll, you know, he touches Nanny's head, like Nanny's nose, I think. By the way, Nanny is the wolf man type of character. So she touches his nose, you know, not abiding about the 6 feet rule. That pisses her off. That pisses Dorothy off. And so throughout the episode, she's kind of like a grump. They're basically, they're seen as like friends who just hate each other at first, but then at the end of the episode, it turns worse. Basically Dorothy's still upset at Baby Doll for whatever, she upset her because of that and some other stuff for being kind of annoying. Baby Doll takes it seriously, traps her inside a furnace, you know, the usual friend stuff, you know. And this causes Nanny to come out and try to defend Dorothy, because Dorothy, like, yeah, she's afraid. And so Nanny basically tries to fight off Baby Doll. So basically, to retaliate, Sun Daddy, I think that's his name. Honestly, I forgot. It says on Wiki there's a guy named Sun Daddy, yeah. So basically, Mr. Daddy comes out and basically it's said that he killed Nanny. That's what Candlemaker says. So presumably Nanny is dead. This Candlemaker throughout the episode has been always like telling her to make a wish. Like, this is not right because Candlemaker's Candlemaker. And I don't know if it's just me, but he reminds me a lot of the Scarab in Young Justice, Blue Beetle's Scarab. Like, he's always nagging and like he doesn't really care about everyone else's like own being. He only cares about him and Jaime Reyes' survival. Mostly his survival. So yeah, that's how I saw Candlemaker at first. I mean, I've always seen him as like a side, like a future villain, but like I've always seen him, he still cares about Dorothy, kinda. Okay, he's not really that far off of, like, he's pretty understandable in a way. He's not like a full-on villain. This once, like, unless you never know. Okay, I don't really know much about Candlemaker. He could just be an asshole later on. So yeah, basically, again, he asks Dorothy to make a wish, and you know, I don't really blame her. I mean, after her basically one true friend, like her friend, like her mother's friend died, I don't really blame her. She does make a wish. That ends up this fucking Jane's World. Literally, Candlemaker goes into underground and just he kills Sun Daddy and Baby Doll. Just straight up, yeah, they're dead. Yeah, that's just rough, man. And then meanwhile, while this is going on, we got Cliff and Vic. So Cliff's whole thing is that he wants like the ability to feel. That's why it's called Finger Patrol, kinda, because he sees a picture of a finger in Niles' kind of like notes. Also Niles, because there's a scene where Cliff sees some blueprints, like a prototype blueprint of his body on Niles' table. So Niles tells him that it's for like enhancements for his body. He's thinking of doing some enhancements. However, I think what really is happening is that Niles is trying to implement some of like Robot Man's parts into his body so that his life kind of like lives on. So yeah, that's that. But throughout the episode, Cliff basically just tags along with Vic. Vic tries to fix... Well, at first they tried to fix Cliff, but then later on they just go and kind of like stalk Vic's kind of girlfriend. Cliff basically tells him to make a move. He's like, that's all you have to do. He does that. They have sex. Not Cliff and Vic, but like Vic and his kind of girlfriend. Cliff also fantasizes about being kind of like an 80s cop show with him and with him and Vic being like kind of like partners. Does this lead on to another scene where he sees a bunch of kids kind of like hijacking, trying to like break into a car? He does scare off one of them, knocking them off. The other one, he freaks out and gets inside the car and tries to leave. Through this whole kind of like situation, Cliff accidentally, like, I don't know what he's doing. Like, he had like a rusty bolt. His hand wasn't working again. He freaks out, flips out, and he accidentally cuts off the kid's finger. So that's why it's called Finger Patrol. Okay. So Cliff, he basically gets throughout this whole episode, he gets a finger. Okay. They probably they were enjoying life. Like Vic and Cliff, compared to everyone else, this episode treated them well. Oh yeah, there's also kind of like a side plot with Rita, with her acting. She couldn't really act because she still has like PTSD from the recent memories she got that returned to her, the suppressed memories of her mother. She does still get an acting role that she applied for because everyone else got some kind of, I forgot what they got. They got some kind of disease. So she became an actor. Everything's good for her. You know, she's just tagging along with Larry. So the major cliffhanger was Candlemaker just destroying the underground. So the next episode, I haven't watched the clip about it yet, but I'm guessing it's gonna be about Dorothy. If it's a filler, then that's gonna be kind of weird. Let's see, I'm looking at it right now. Space Patrol. Okay, you know what? I from the image, it looks pretty promising. Okay, you can see this is a top tier, high budgeted film. So yeah, this episode, it was alright. Throughout the episode, I always had that feeling something's gonna happen. You know, this is a Doom Patrol episode. Something bad's gonna happen. You know, you see all these good situations, you think it's gonna be good, but it's always gonna flip and always turn out to be extremely bad. That was true for Larry and Dorothy, but for Cliff and Vic, it was alright. Okay, we needed like a lighthearted tone, you know. It was cool to see them, you know. When I first saw them, I was like, we need an episode with just Vic and Cliff, just the two robot bros, Steel and Stone. So yeah, out of all the episodes, I would probably give this 7.5 out of 10. It was average. Compared to other episodes, there wasn't really any what the fuck moments. Like, it was a pretty straightforward episode. Like, the thing about Doom Patrol that stands out from most shows is just the absurdity. But throughout this episode, everything seems very kind of like rationale. Like, it still doesn't feel very rational, like in real life. Like, it doesn't seem realistic. But in this world, like it's very toned down. It's not like last episode, which was just insane. So yeah, 7.5 out of 10. It was okay. Would watch again. And so yeah, that's the end of this video. Hopefully you guys like this review. I'm gonna continue. I don't know. I'm probably gonna do a recap on season 1. At first I was gonna do episodic, like recap, summarize the first episode, second, third. I don't know if I can do that. Honestly, because like in my other channel, I got copy strikes, so I'm still trying to figure out how that works and the fair use policies on YouTube. And so yeah, that's gonna be the end of this video. Hopefully you guys like the video. Be sure to drop a like. I'm gonna make a channel update soon, just addressing what I'm gonna do in this channel. And yeah, see you guys on my next video. Peace.